Hello and welcome to Talking Pharmaceuticals, an interview series brought to you by Making Pharmaceuticals and Distributing Pharmaceuticals. I'm Victoria Emerton, Conference Director for the events, which will next be held in April 2025. And in the lead up, I'll be joined by experts from UK Pharma to discuss the big issues and look ahead to their involvement in the events. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by Mukesh Patel, CEO and founder of Comm QP Ltd. Mukesh, thanks so much for your time in talking to me. I and my colleagues at Step Exhibitions really value your input and your contribution to making pharmaceuticals and now distributing pharmaceuticals. You've been involved with us for many years, and I think it'd be really helpful for those that watch us to have a bit of understanding of your background before we go ahead and discuss your topic of this conversation.
Hi, Victoria, and thank you for inviting me. In terms of my background, it's quite checkered, as in it touches upon technical and commercial aspects. Started off initially as a chemist, worked in reg affairs, quality assurance, procurement, became a QP, and established, or part of a team establishing a veterinary medicines business at one point as well. So I've like to think quite a broad experience within this industry.
You certainly do. So you're going to be talking about QPs and RPIs. So would you like to explain to those that are watching who may not know what is a QP and an RPI and what are the differences between the two roles?
Yes. So QP in very simple terms is a legal definition within UK legislation. It originated in Europe within European directives. But QP's main role is to ensure safe, effective, quality medicine is available to the public. QPs are best known for batch certification, but is only one part of the role that QP does. All the duties are outlined in Annex 16. And essentially, these are a lot of the delegated duties. So it's essential for any medicinal company to have the services of a QP who will put the batch on the market. Looking at RPI, that's a relatively new position, and that came into being post-Brexit. After Brexit, UK was deemed as a third country by Europe. So for any medicinal product that comes from Europe into the UK, that now gets certified or it gets passed by RPI. So batch is QP certified in Europe, then an RPI then releases that batch for the UK market. It's a slightly watered down version of a QP.
Okay, interesting. Thank you. I wasn't aware of that distinction. And what changes have you seen in the role of a QP?
Over the last 19 or so years, the role has evolved quite significantly. Much of it is down to fairly significant external events, which has shaped the way the role has changed. So that ranges from things like COVID to Brexit, falsified medicine, cost pressures, NHS shortages. And also, if we look at the types of industry, that's somewhat changed. Before, there's a lot of manufacturing in the UK. Now, less so, but more small companies. So the QP role has become, I would say, probably wider and it's more challenging in certain ways. So there have been a number of changes, and it's a very interesting role.
It certainly sounds that way, and it's absolutely crucial as well. And you're going to be talking about the role of QPs and RPIs in supply chain management at Making Pharmaceuticals this year. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your presentation at the event?
Yes. So here I'm picking up on what I see as being like a key theme that's relevant for QPs. So 15, 16 years ago, supply chain management was not really on the radar for QPs. 2016, QP Annex changed, Annex 16, And within there is a requirement to meet supply chain aspects. My interest is not just meeting the legal side, which is supply chain for finished products and APIs, but also looking at it to say, how does a QP have effective oversight of suppliers? And how can a QP influence an effective supply chain? So reducing the time from product manufacture to it being released on the market, and then ultimately trying to negate some of these shortages that we're seeing. So I'll talk about what are the challenges that are faced for a QP and how these can be overcome.
Fantastic. So anybody who is currently a QP, and certainly anyone who's looking to be a QP will get lots of interesting information from your presentation. So just a reminder, the title of that is The Role of QP and RPIs in Pharmaceutical Supply Chains, and you'll be delivering that at Making Pharmaceuticals in April. So your company, Comm QP, will also be exhibiting on stand 218. I'm sure you're bringing a team with you, and while you're off delivering your presentation, there'll be colleagues on the stand that people can come along and talk to about what you do and how you can help them.
Oh, yes. Yes, separate to myself and my Comm QP team, I will also have Martin Lush, Adele Power, Peter Coombs, and Claire Glenister, who'll be on my stand as well. So I think there'll be lots of interesting people to meet for those that come along and see us.
Amazing. And Peter, Claire and Martin are certainly talking in the conference as well. Anyone who's interested in what's in the programme can have a look at the event website. So just to remind everybody that attendance at the exhibition and conference is free, and registration is now open at www.makingpharma.com. We look forward to seeing you, Mukesh, and your colleagues and everybody watching at Making Pharmaceuticals and Distributing Pharmaceuticals at the Coventry Building Society Arena on the 29th and 30th of April. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much, and see you in April.
Thank you.